Do you like to read? Do you also like to run or walk? Well, your wait is over because now you can do them both and save the planet at the same time. Hello everyone, I'm Vitaly Ganzuk and we are EcoBooks. If you have old books lying around your house, don't just throw them away. You can recycle them with our app, and who knows, that book that you're looking for might be on our BookShop too. To start buying books and fill your bookshelf, all you have to do is take your phone on your next power walk or run and activate the workout on the app. Then it's gonna show you how it all works.
Welcome to EcoBooks, an app focused around walking, reading, and making the environment a better place. To start, let's sign up and make an account. We used Firebase authentication for our app. You will need to have a valid email format. You fill in your password, and a stipulation for creating an account on EcoBooks, you have to have a book to sell. It also has to be a correct book. Anything with an incorrect format will pull up this error. So make sure when you fill in your book on EcoBooks, it has the correct name, a correct reference to the author, and the postcode where you live so that people know where to collect your book from. As well as this, you can put in the condition of your book and then you can create your account. Here we have our registration coin information page. This page has a little bit of information about EcoBooks, and as we can see, the Google Books API that we are using has rendered a lovely picture of the book that we decided to sell. It also has information on how much we can sell our book for. Now this has to be between 1 and 5 bookcoins. Any other value is going to throw an error. So 6 doesn't work, 0 doesn't work, so we're going to sell it for 2 bookcoins and get started. The EcoBooks BookShop allows you to browse a carousel of books that other users on the app are wishing to sell. The Google Books API gives us all the information we need before deciding which book to purchase. Let's have a look at the user profile. Here we have reference to the information about how the app works. We have the ability to view the books currently in our library that we're selling, and we also have the option to add a new book. So we can go ahead, fill in the title, a correct reference to the author, we can put in the value we'd like to sell the book at, and we can put in our location so that the person buying our book knows where they can pick the book up from. Like before, we can set a current state the book's in, and then we can add that new book to our library. If we scroll up, we can see now that we have 2 books in our library, Homo Deus and Sapiens, so those books have been successfully added and the information has been gotten by the Google Books API, which allows us to get information and render it on our carousel. So I want to buy a book. I'm going to click on Return of the King, I'm going to scroll down, I'm going to press buy now. It's going to open an inbox with the person who's selling the book. However, I don't have enough book coins, so I'm going to have to generate some, and to do this, I'm going to have to walk. So when I go to my coin bank, we can see that there's an application to start walking. So Vitaly, do you want to show them how it works?
Well, thank you Dan. So now you have our app and you can't wait to start reading, but you don't know how to earn book coins. Well, wait no more, I'm here to help you. So if you go on the coin bank, you can press start to start the workout. You can either walk or run, and that pop-up shows up. I'll press OK. For this one, I'll run. All you have to do is lock your screen, put it inside the pocket, and that's it. What a hard workout, huh? Okay, now that I've run, I can see here how many steps I've done. 62. I press stop, workout stopped, and I can see here I earned 0.062 coins. Well, that's not going to be enough for them to buy a book, so I'll better start doing a few more laps. I'll be right back.
Okay, so we can see I have 6 coins in my coin bank now. This is going to allow me to buy the book that I wanted to buy before. So I head back to my bookshop, I click on the book, I can scroll down, and I can choose contact seller or buy now. I think I'm going to contact the seller and let them know that I'm interested in buying their book. I think that conversation went well, so we head back to the bookshop and now we're ready to click buy now. This will redirect us back to our inbox and give us an alert saying that we have successfully bought the Return of the King. Now when we go back to our bookshop, we can see that on the carousel, that book no longer exists. You can still see books by other users, but the one we bought is no longer there. And our coin bank has lost 5 coins because that's what we used to purchase the book, and we'll need to exercise to get more. This is EcoBooks. Thank you for watching.
In terms of the front end and functionality of the app, EcoBooks was written in React Native. This is because we were designing a cross-platform mobile app, and React Native allowed us to write in the more familiar Node.js as opposed to having to write in the native Swift and Java for iOS and Android respectively. This helped us manage our time constraints as it took less time to write in React Native with us already having some familiarity in React and Node.js rather than writing in a totally new language. React Native also has a lot of open source add-ons and detailed documentation which is very useful throughout the production process, as well as many frameworks such as Expo. We decided to use Expo as Expo allowed us to test on the app throughout the development process. This was really important as it allowed us to see the changes in code in real time, which is essential for testing some of our unique technologies such as the pedometer. We chose the pedometer as the fitness tracking side as opposed to something like a Strava API, as this meant less API calls which would slow up the application and no requirement for Strava accounts or Strava authentication. This also meant that the main part of our app, which was the fitness and the coin side of it, was done completely in-house and we had complete control over every aspect of it. For the book side, we used the Google Books API as they claim to be the world's most comprehensive index of books. The database is really easy to integrate with our components such as our bookshop carousels, and we had no issues throughout the production in finding any books. Finally, the messaging app was built by ourselves from the ground up using React to design the front end and to query the database. The database is where we stored all of our data, and here is where I'll pass you over to Esther, who will tell you more about our database.
The backend of our application was built using Firebase. We decided to use Firebase because the Firebase authentication allowed us to store our users' login and sign-up information in a secure way. Our database was built with Cloud Firestore. It was important for us to have a real-time database as our users can buy and sell their books with BookCoins they had earned, and we had to ensure that they can see their transactions happening in real time. Cloud Firestore is a non-relational database, so we have a collection of users. Each user document stores data such as the user's name, email, and BookCoins. The user's document also have a sub-collection of books that the user would like to sell. We also have a collection of chat rooms that store the user's chat rooms and messages. Another reason why we decided to use Firebase was that it has a great documentation, it was easy to integrate with React Native, and we saved time by not having to build our own server. Now I'll pass on to Alice, who's going to talk about some issues we faced while building our app.
During the development of our app, we ran into a couple of issues along the way. A large part of our app is tracking whether a user is walking or running and creating BookCoins. During the spiking phase of our project, we looked into the Strava API as a way to do this. However, we found that the authentication process was quite lengthy and it would also require our users to have the Strava app on their phone. For this reason, we decided to create a pedometer. When developing this, we are using the phone's accelerometer to track a person's movements. We came to a couple of issues when testing this on Android phones, as the response to shaking it opens up a menu in Expo rather than tracking the movements. Unfortunately, this is an Expo feature which we can't turn off. However, we were determined to create this ourselves, and after successfully testing it on iOS, we were able to develop a working pedometer. Some other issues we also found was creating the messaging services. It took a lot longer than expected, and integrating it with the rest of the app was quite difficult. But thankfully we pair programmed and we rotated what people were working on throughout the entire process, so everyone was familiar with the different aspects of all the code, and it meant that when it came to overcoming challenges together, everyone was able to chip in. But here is Vitaly with some features that we'd like to add in the future.
Thank you, Alice. At EcoBooks, we believe that we are helping the environment if we reuse books instead of buying them new. For future updates, we're planning to add the option to earn coins if you commute by public transportation or bicycle. We'll also add geolocation so that you can see and compare your previous routes and share them on your social media. As a security measure, we will also attach your BookCoins to the blockchain so that you know that your coins are safe with us. Thank you all for your attention, and a big thanks to the rest of the team.